Welcome. Today I'm going to talk about uniforms. You know, you are a parent, you take your child to Form 1, and then all of a sudden the term has not even ended. Not even the term, even at the end of that month, you're called the uniforms are lost. So you try to talk to the child and the school and ask what happened to the uniform because you bought all the uniforms. And remember, they are very expensive. So today, I want to help you deal with that so that your uniform is not lost. To ensure that your child remains with the uniform that you bought in Form 1 up to Form 2, whereby they are supposed to change their uniform because they've already outgrown it. This is not only for those who are in boarding school. This also helps if your child is in a day school. Because remember, after your child leaves in the morning, they might come back without a sweater. Or they might even lose all their uniform because they have to change if it's games day or sports day, that is. It depends with the school. So this is how you're going to do it. So number one, you will not mark your uniform with the branding that they brand in schools. You're going to mark using a tailor. There are those tailors with those machines that mark well. At the end of this video, you'll see those tailors who make those markings. Don't use the ones in school because even after they do their washing for about a month, not even at the end of the month, they're already what? They're already faded. And it is also very easy to remove that marking that is made in the school. I also have to caution you so that you don't get scared of the price. They charge 50 shillings. Yeah, 50 shillings for... They charge 50 shillings for each outfit, which might look very expensive, but it's not. Remember that you bought the uniforms with more money. I don't think there's any uniform that is less than 1,000. That is, now we are talking about if it's a boy, it's a shirt, it's a trouser. Also, remember also that we have jumpers which are very expensive. We also have the leg warmers for the girls. We have the skirts, we have the blouse. They're very expensive. Even you have to mark the tie. Mark everything. I also know of a school that also marks the innerwears. For girls, you have to mark all the innerwears. Especially if your school is 300 plus. You must actually. This is because all these students have the same uniform. So, the tailor labels the name of the child. You don't have even to use the first name. You can use the second name. Let the child not lie to you. He or she doesn't want their name on their attire. Remember, they don't know what goes on in a school. You can even just label one name, either the family name or rather the son name or the second name of the child. So remember, first you're going to label on the collar, as I've shown you. Not inside the collar, label outside the collar. Also, if it's the way I've shown at the end of the video, if it's on the shirts or the blouses, label outside here, next to the pocket. I'll show you the best ways to label. If it's skirt, just near the where it can be seen. Why are we labeling like this? Remember that if there is a child who does not have a good behavior, who tends to pick the other child's uniform, even they won't be able to wear it. Because if you're wearing a shirt or you're wearing a blouse and you have a cardigan, it's still showing the name there. So another teacher will see and see that is not the name of the child. If they're wearing a trouser, just next even to the knee, don't think the uniform is going to look bad. It won't. You'll find out that it will still look smart, neat, but with a label that it won't get lost. If it's a cardigan, I see some of the parents labeling near the neck at the back. Don't do that. Label in the front, near where the school logo is, where everyone can see, as I've shown you. This is because wherever they are, even if the other child wears it, whether they are wearing it inside out, it will be seen by a teacher or anyone in the school that that does not belong to that child. So another child cannot wear it. Also, those machines that label like that, it's not easy to remove. And if one is malicious or one has another ulterior motive, as they are trying to maybe remove the label, it takes longer and more students are going to see it. So the other students are going to say that so and so is the one who's taking uniform and doing what? And removing the labels. So make sure you label like that, because all the students that have labeled currently where I teach like that, they never get lost. If your child is in a school whereby we have students more than 500, whereby we have, there are even schools with more than 1,000 plus. You know, those are many students. So if you don't label like that and the outfit gets lost in the hanging line, do you know no one is going to see it? Because the label, most of you label under the garments, or that is the inside part of the garments. Others label whereby if the child wears a cardigan, you cannot be able to see the label on the blouse. Please kindly do that. And make sure, even if you bring your child, most of the time I think the Form 1s buy their uniforms inside the school, or others are recommended to a particular shop. After your child comes to the school, you can ask one of the teachers, or you can ask the school matron, you can even ask anyone who's there where that labeling is, because it's usually within the school. You make sure before you give your child the uniforms, it's already labeled like that. You can also leave one set of uniform and you go to the nearest town and you label all the others like that. You'll thank me later, because this is costing you very little and you're able to help your child stay in school with the uniform that is recommended, and they're going to work hard because now they are comfortable. That, because I've seen in very many cases, they get lost because of the labeling. You want the easy way out, whereby you're labeled for, you pay like 200 shillings and then all the sets of uniforms are labeled. And then that labeling does not work. Make sure you also label the socks. In the socks, you are going to label on the top, the outer part on towards the end of the socks, not whereby the socks will be inside the what? Inside the shoes. Because like that, even if it's a boy, when they are removing their shoes to change to the sports, to go to where? To go to for sports, someone else is going to see the socks. And then you cannot wear, like most of these students are very easy. It's very easy for you to see some, if another child has picked the uniform that is not yours. If it is clearly labeled, make sure also the wording, the words are what? Is it large? Yeah, they are large, you can be able to see. And if you label like that, because mostly it works. And please kindly tell your child to take good care of his or her own items. If the child takes care of his or her own uniform, it's going to go a long way. So teach them that early enough. Let me know if this helps. Be blessed. This is the school one. You should not do. See, it is already faded. You should label like this. Like this, you see, you can be able to see it from the corner and from afar. This is the one that is done from the school. You see, it is already fading. Like the first one that I showed you. You see, at the skirt, you see, even from afar, you can be able to see, but make them larger. You can also do the admission number. This is below the school logo. See, it is, you can see from afar, and it's on a cardigan. On the collar, if you do the admission number, you see, you can be able to see it, and she's still wearing what? a cardigan and a what? A jumper. You can also do it on the cardigan. See, this is on the right side, and you can see from afar. It's clearly, look at that. That is good. Use these. This is how you're supposed to label them. She has even gone ahead and used the same on the skirt. This is what I'm talking about. You should label on the, you see, she's even labeled below the skirt, and you can see from afar. And it's only what? The admission number. This is how you should be able to do it. But do the what? The